And now I'm going to share my screen and then launch that. Okay, so we've got Central Bay, King Country, and here in the Western Bay we're split into 3 groups of 6. So we should basically have 6 teams of approximately 5 or 6 people per team. Gary, can you just tell me how many guys have you got at Central Bay?
Ten.
And we got 6 at King Country, was that correct?
That's correct.
That's correct, mate.
So we're just waiting on Eastern Bay. No. No. Right. Well, we're going to carry on without them for now. So tonight's presentation is on foul play, and it's going to cover challenges in the air, lifting, tackles, and cleanouts, deliberate knock-ons, high contact charges.
Oh, here we go.
Are you there, Dale? Dale? No. Anyway, so the way we're going to do this is it's going to be a bit of a competition, and we've had some whistles and wristbands miraculously appear today. So potentially one of the groups is going to walk away with a brand new whistle and a brand new wristband. So this is how it's going to work. We're going to go through some theory components around what you're going to be looking for at each of the 5 different areas. And then you are going to, as a group, give me your decision, which we'll record on the whiteboard. I've got all the answers according to the author of the presentation. For each of the scenarios, we'll just get one of the groups to present their answer to us as if you were the referee on the field, delivering your decision to a captain and or a player who's potentially being dispatched from the field. So the way that it'll work is we'll go around all the areas. We'll get your I'll get all the areas just to write down their decisions for each of the clips. And then we'll put them up on the whiteboard. And obviously, the group that's got the most correct answers wins a free whistle, and wristband. So, are there any questions on what we're going to do? Let's go. So, the way in which we look at challenges in the air, bearing in mind. Sorry, groups are just reforming because now there are whistles on the line. They've gotten all serious. So challenges in the air. A couple of questions you need to ask yourself when you're making your decision, bearing in mind that for us at community level, we don't have the benefit of action replays. However, for the benefit of tonight's exercise, you will get to watch the video once and once only. However, I have watched all of the videos, and there are slow-mos and multiple replays of the clip. So unlike in real life where you get to see it once and hopefully you see it clearly and you're not obstructed, tonight you'll have the benefit of being able to watch the clip once but seeing multiple different angles. So let's have a look at what we should be looking for with challenges in the air. So a couple of questions that you'll need to ask yourself is it a fair challenge? In other words, are both players in a realistic position to catch the ball? So they've got their hands near the ball, and is the contact or their jump not mistimed? So we're looking for a fair challenge. Obviously, if we get a fair challenge and someone lands dangerously, we potentially would be stopping for any injury. However, there would not be a decision required to be made in terms of a illegal sanction. However, if you come to the conclusion in that instant that you decide that it is not a fair challenge, then the next question you'll need to ask yourself is, does the player who's affected by the unfair challenge, does he land on his feet? Or does he land dangerously on his back, side, or shoulder? Or through reckless or the deliberate actions of the other player, does he land very dangerously and or on his neck or head? So there's an awful lot of information that you need to process in the blink of an eye. You will get one crack at seeing it in the game. And from that one instance of you seeing it, you will need to ask yourself these two questions. And there's just that footnote at the bottom there. If a player jumps into a stationary player waiting to catch and lands badly, it is not the stationary player's fault. Okay, pens and papers ready because I'm going to play these clips. I'll play all the clips. You record what you think the decision is. At the end of all the clips, we'll then get one from each group to talk us through their decision. All right, here we go. Not all of these clips have audio, so some of them are very visual.
Blue player which is jumping into there. That is no, I don't think the blue player was he was brilliant. So he should have pulled out. Player then landed back.
Hello, write your answer down.
Pat?
Yeah.
Are you there, Pat?
Central Bay, we can't see because every time there's noise or somebody talks at the other side, we see them on our screen and we can't see the video.
Okay, thanks for that. I'm going to play the clip again. Everybody has to be quiet. And it sounds like it was Taupo making all the noise. Was that correct?
Yeah, it is. But if they just clicked, if they just clicked on the far left screen that says Bay of Plenty, it holds it on there even though people are talking.
Do I do that or do you guys do it?
We do it.
Okay, there you go. We've learned something new.
Yeah.
Right, I'll play that clip one more time and then we're going to move on. Here we go.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
All good?
Yeah.
All right, clip number 2.
Joji playing the ball, but also a bit of contact gone down heavily.
Clip number 3.
Yellow card, side back.
Yellow card. Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus. Yeah.
And the last clip.
Cool. If that happened in real time, you got yellow card all day. Jesus. Blue card on this one. Here's our shoulder. Landed right on his. Okay.
Hello, that's challenges in there. Have you all got your 4 answers?
got our 4 answers?
So we go for the.
That's it.
Give me a yes, and I can move on to the next slide.
2 yellows. 2 yellows.
Hello, moving on. Okay, so the next 3 clips revolve around lifting tackles and lifting cleanouts. So the questions you're asking yourself is the player lifted into a dangerous position past the horizontal? And I see the notes here say that 9 times this is going to be out. If the player lands on his side, back or shoulder, it's a yellow. And if the player lands on his head or neck, it's a red. I know. Lifting tackles, clip number 1.
Yeah.
So, it's control for number 8. The horizontal one.
Still have.
But then I'm well known that
Clip number 2.
Oh, that's a clean out.
Yeah.
I would do fuck all because he was at the rack, cleaned out there. He's coming around the side, so he gets him driving through.
Shoulder, land on the shoulder. Doesn't land on his feet. Finish.
And clip number 3. It's only a Rebels player.
You guys agree?
I know. So you should have 3 answers for lifting tackles and lifting cleanouts. Moving on to the next one, which is deliberate knock-on. One of the things we as referees need to make sure that we do when we're making our decisions and then communicating our decisions to the people involved is that we use the correct terminology. So the decision is not a deliberate, sorry, the decision is a deliberate knock-on or deliberate knock forward. It is not a knockdown. So, the 3 questions you're asking yourself when you see this in the blink of an eye: was there a realistic chance of regathering the ball? If the answer is yes, it's a knock on. If the answer is no, it's a penalty. So the next question you're asking yourself was there an opportunity for a clear line break? If the answer is yes, you've got a penalty kick and a yellow card. If the answer is no, then it's still just a penalty. And then the third question you're asking yourself was there a probable try going to be scored? If the answer to that question is yes, then it's a penalty try and a yellow card. Looks really simple written on paper. But you get one look at it, you get one shot. If you just happen to be standing in the wrong place, or we've got players between you and the ball, or you blink at the wrong time. Righto, there are 4 clips, and we're going to go through them now.
The blue player there. Man outside.
Try to get me scored.
Realistic chances?
Clip number 2.
Penalty, yellow card.
Penalty try.
No, but you've got it.
Last defender. Last defender.
Yeah, but what's the try going to get there?
No, he's never in a position to re-get it. Hey? Oh, I didn't see that one.
Inside ball.
Yeah. Yes.
Clip number 3.
So no, that was 2 knockouts.
Yeah.
There was no position
No,
to play that.
but it was too far out to be a penalty try
Yeah,
because the cutter was coming across. Yeah.
yeah,
You think?
yeah. Probable try going to be scored.
And clip number 4.
Yeah, I can. Together.
We potentially could be giving away about 40 whistles tonight. Hello. All right, high contact. Here we go. So we're just going to have a look at some definitions so that when we start to use these definitions in our explanation, when we're communicating our decisions, we understand what we're saying and how it relates to the pictures that we see. So if you're going to use the word direct contact, then we're looking at something where the initial contact was straight to the head. That's what direct contact means, straight to that region. If it was indirect contact, then the initial contact would have been somewhere over or around the shoulder neck area, that, or legal contact, that slips up and makes contact to the head. So there's the difference, and there's the terminology using. Direct contact to the head or indirect contact to the head. So the next thing we start talking about is whether or not force was involved. And there are some examples there on the slide. High speed, swinging arm, dangerous twist, or follow through / pulling to the ground. So all of those are examples of what force would look like. Accidental means that potentially there are some mitigating factors. The ball carrier was slipping, or he's ducked into it, or it was during a tackle. So in other words, another player's tackled him around the legs and he's falling, and in the act of falling, contact has been made, or indirect contact's been made to the head. So if you get to use the term reckless, it's something that should have been recognised of having a risk of high contact and avoided it. So an example of a reckless action is something where you're going to do something that potentially you're going to end up making contact with the head if you continued on doing it. Geez, that was a poor explanation, wasn't it? Yeah. Coffee. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some things. So if it's direct contact to the head with force or dangerous follow through, what are we thinking? Easy. If it's direct contact to the head, but there's minimal force involved. Good.
Yeah.
It's indirect contact. So in other words, it's contacted to the shoulder and slipped up, but there's force involved. Indirect contact, minimal force. Nice. So is accidental. Mitigating factors may lower the sanction. So for example, if it was going to be a red, but the player was falling, you can mitigate that to a yellow. If it was going to be a yellow, but the player's falling, you can mitigate it to a penalty. All right, we've got 5 clips. Consider first, are there any clear aggravating factors, i.e. force, twist or follow through or taken to the ground? Or a prolonged choke, swinging arm, no arms, late, contact to the head or deliberate? Number 2, are there any clear mitigating factors? Initially started low, then slipped up. Player fell significantly before contact. In other words, it wouldn't have been high otherwise. You might have high contact direct to the head with force, but the tackle player might have been falling. We just talked about that. You can mitigate that down from a red to a yellow. Righto. Clip number 1. Ooh. Well, that's the breaker, eh? That's going to separate the good ones. Clip number 2. Quick, write your decision.
Can we see the first clip again? Sorry.
We missed it, mate. We missed it in Tampa.
If you missed it, tough. Otherwise, I'm going to give away too many whistles.
No, it was your.
That was my separator.
Slow.
Clip number 2.
Slipped up. Slipped up. Yeah. No, slipped up on the control. Okay. Shoulder.
No, I'm saying where the arm first makes.
Clip number 3.
Yes, head, but it's a yellow game. That's got full for him.
Oh, this is swinging arm.
Yeah, he actually, I wasn't swinging arm.
Oh, it's a drug.
There was that much force ahead.
The medical thing is that it would have been.
Clip number 4.
No, yeah, okay.
Right, we delivered it.
You okay?
Tracking a straight line and a buried in the ground.
Look at the arm.
Yeah.
Flying around the head.
Yeah.
Shoulder. Force the head.
Continuing down. I would say.
Here.
You have a look.
Clip number 5.
Yeah, okay.
If you haven't got that one, you.
Gone. Goes from here.
You can see us doing
It goes from here.
Oh,
Yeah.
only one shot. Nearly done. We get to compare these.
Yeah.
There's only 4 more clips to watch. And this has to do with dangerous charges. So consider the following elements. Use of the arms or no arms. Late or off the ball. It's high or it's reckless. So the referee will consider the severity of each of these actions and any mitigating factors to determine the appropriate outcome. As a general rule, if there are 2 clear elements of foul play involved, in other words, that it was a shoulder charge and it was late, then you need to be considering at least a yellow. And there was a really good example of this 2 weeks ago, where it should have been a red, but it was mitigated to a yellow. Probably should have been a red, but anyway. So we'll play these 4 clips and then we'll start having some discussions and arguments about who got the right answer. Clip number 1.
And Nico.
Just light. He used his arms. Light.
Clip number 2. It's a Chiefs player, fail.
Here we go. Stop that.
Clip number 3.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Oh, shit.
It's committed to yeah. Peter, no.
Taking the man off the ball.
Oh.
Way off the ball.
The 3 is. Yellow for that.
First thing.
They're teammates now, eh?
Shoulder, yellow.
Yeah, they are too.
Black.
Clip number 4.
Early. Really.
Yellow.
Yellow card. Off ball, no arms.
Yeah. Nobody's ever been red carded for that. So,
Yeah. Three. Pick up to 2. Three tap.
Oh,
That's a good shoulder direct contact.
Yeah.
So recap now.
and look at there's one on the round the leg.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. You're saying.
Okay, I'm just going to.
We've done 4. Okay.
I'm just going to end the PowerPoint presentation and then unshare my screen. Stop sharing. Go. Righto. Who we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're all here. So I'm going to go back to challenges in the air. And because I've got Western Bay 1, Western Bay 2, Western Bay 3, and we've got Central Bay, Eastern Bay, King Country. So I've got them written up on a whiteboard here. So we're going to go to Western Bay 1 for clip number 1. Can you give me your answer? And then, so one of you... Hang on. Give me your answer. You should, we've been there, done that. Clip number 1, what's your answer? Play on. Does anybody else have something different from play on? Everybody's got play on?
No.
Who hasn't?
Eastern.
What have you got?
Penalty.
Central, yellow card.
King Country?
Penalty. But we had a penalty, but then we changed it to yellow card.
Western Bay 2 and 3. Play on. All right, clip number 2. I'll start with Central Bay. Central Bay, what's your answer for clip number 2?
Yellow card.
What's his on?
Has anybody got anything different from the yellow card?
Yeah.
Good. Eastern Bay, clip number 3.
Yellow card.
Has anyone got anything different? Western Bay 1 said play on. Has anybody else got anything different other than a yellow card? What have you got? Oh. And last of the challenges in the air, King Country. What have you got? Clip number 4.
We got reckless red card.
Has anybody got anything else other than a red card? Perfect. Okay, I'm just going to circle the wrong answers and let you know. Actually, I haven't circled them. I've put crosses through the wrong one. So clip number 1 was play on. Clip number 2 and 3 are yellows. And clip number 4 is a red card. Well done. I'll just read you the answers of what they've got here. Clip number 1, for those of you who got it wrong, which was Central, Eastern and King Country, both players are deemed to be in a realistic position to compete for the ball. They were relatively of similar heights. Clip number 3, Western Bay 1, was never in a position to compete, and the Arguates player lands on his side. Everybody else got all the other ones right. Well done. Lifting tackles, where are we up to? Western Bay 2. What's your answer to clip number 1? So yellow card. So Western Bay 2 have said the lifting tackle clip number 1 was a yellow card. Does anybody have anything different?
Use the red card.
Who's got red? King Country?
Yep.
Everybody else is yellow?
It's only a game.
Western Bay 3, clip number 2. Has anybody got anything different from a yellow? So you, Western Bay 1's a rare, 2's got red. Central, Eastern and King Country, do you guys all have yellows?
No, we got a red card for that too.
Am I back to the beginning? Western Bay 1, clip number 3. So Western Bay 1 had a red card for clip number 3. Does anyone have anything different?
Great. Righto, the wrong answers are clip number 1 was a yellow, clip number 2 was a yellow, clip number 3 is a red. So after 2 sessions, after 2 sections, Western Bay. Oh, can someone come and tell me these up? Oh, keep going. I'm just getting somebody else to tally out the scores.
Are you getting someone from Total? I'm going to tally up the scores. That's pretty unfair.
I'll take a photo of the whiteboard if you don't believe me.
Oh, yeah. You can't, you may. Yeah.
Okay, so the tallies after 2 rounds is Western Bay 3 are on 7. Western Bay 2, Central Bay, and Eastern Bay are on 6. Western Bay 1 are on 5. Who's that on 4? And King Country, you're on 4.
No, we smell a rat.
All right, deliberate knock-ons. Where did I get up to? Western Bay 1. So Central Bay, you want to strike? Central Bay, what's your answer for deliberate knock-on clip number 1?
Knock-on.
Sorry?
Knock-on.
I missed it.
A knock-on only.
Oh, thank you. So put S for scrum. Has anybody else got anything different? Mr. Bay 3. Hey. Number 1, the knock-on. I put S beside everybody else. Everybody got scrum? Everybody out there got scrum? Who has got scrum?
Yellow card, penalty try.
King Country, yellow card.
Yeah, penalty try, yellow card.
Eastern Bay, what's your answer to clip number 2?
You got our answer for clip number 1, eh?
Sorry?
You got our answer for clip number 1?
Did you put scrum down?
No, penalty try, yellow card.
Good decision.
Okay, Eastern Bay, what's your answer for clip number 2?
Penalty kick, yellow card.
Kick, yellow card.
Penalty kick, yellow card. King Country,
Knock on.
Knock on.
Scrum.
Western Bay 2. Yellow. Western Bay 3. PK. Western Bay 1. PK. And Central Bay.
Penalty.
Penalty. Thank you. So, King Country, clip number 3.
Yellow card.
Thank you. Anybody else got anything different? Speak up. No. So everybody's got yellow card for clip number 3?
Yeah.
Western Bay 2, clip number 4. Penalty try, yellow card. Has anyone got anything different? Yep, penalty try, yellow card. Penalty try.
Cut it out.
Good. We'll move on to the high contact.
Something different.
Where did I get up to? Oh, yeah, number 3. High contact, clip number 1, Western Bay 3. Yellow card. Clip number 1. So for high contact, clip number 1, Western Bay 3 have chosen yellow card. Does anybody have anything different?
Penalty.
Okay, so Western Bay 1 penalty.
Eastern Bay penalty.
Western Bay penalty. Eastern Bay.
Yeah, Eastern penalty, mate.
Yeah. King Country, what have you got?
Yellow card.
Yellow card. Central Bay.
Penalty.
King Country coming back. Western Bay 1, clip number 2.
You told me right, yellow card.
Yeah, we didn't change it.
Yellow card?
Not there to change it.
Who's free?
All right, King Country, settle down. Have you guys got anything? Has anybody got anything different for clip number 2?
What was the call?
I haven't given you the answers yet. I just want to know yours. Yellow card for everybody?
No, red card.
A red card for us.
Red card for Central?
Yes.
Red card for King Country.
Red card for Central and King Country.
What were you?
Eastern Bay, you're a yellow.
Yellow, Roger.
And Western Bay, we're yellows. Yeah. Yeah. Number 3, Central Bay. Clip number 3.
Hello.
Yellow. Anyone else got anything different? Yellows all round. Number 4 is Eastern.
Red, mate.
Red. Nice. Anyone else got anything different?
King Country got a yellow.
Everybody else is red though. Got red. Number 4. Everybody should have. Well, everybody's got red except for King Country. Question.
Rob's got us videos mixed up.
They reckon it's a red. Put it down as a red bet.
Oh, okay. Western Bay 2. Yeah. Then we only at number 3. And clip number 5, King Country.
We got another yellow one.
Yellow.
Oh, we missed it. Connection fucked up.
We missed it.
Oh, no decision. So play on.
Play on.
Play on.
Has anybody got a yellow?
Yes.
Yeah, Eastern.
Eastern yellow. Oh,
Red.
who's got red out there? Central. Central's
Yeah.
got red. Western 2's got yellow. 3's red. 1's red. But let's start telling up some. Yeah, no, we'll leave them hanging. We're just going to do some scores. So clip number 1 is I'll circle the correct answer. You go. So 10.
We can't be too far away from the top, are we? 2 down.
Hello, so the score, oh, hang on, so I do the next one, high contact.
No, it's not.
Okay.
While my mathematician John Duster is tallying it up.
Wasn't allowed to play.
You haven't given us the answers back.
Yeah, I'll give you the answers. Yeah. Okay, so deliberate knock-ons. The answers are: clip number 1 was a scrum, as he could have regathered that ball had he have not been held back. Clip number 2 was a penalty only. There's no real chance of an overlap or a line break. Clip number 3 is a yellow card, as it was a deliberate knock-on with an overlap. And clip number 4 was a penalty try yellow card, as a try would have been scored had it not been for the deliberate knock-on.
The first one, and what was the one we didn't get?
The next one was a yellow card, penalty and yellow card.
High contact. So we'll do these answers. High contact. Clip number 1 is a penalty kick, as it was indirect. It was high contact, but it was with minimal force. Clip number 2 was a yellow card. While it was indirect high contact, there was force and follow through. Clip number 3 was a yellow card. It was direct to the head with force, but it was accidental as the player was slipping into it. Clip number 4 was a red card, direct to the head with force swinging arm. Clip number 5 is a yellow card. It was high contact with a dangerous twisting action. And they've got in brackets here, very close to red. If you've got any complaints, take it up with Bryce Lawrence. Okay, so the scores currently are, is it a 4-way tie? So we have a 4-way tie. We have a 5-way tie for first on 13 points. Western Bay 1, Central Bay, Eastern Bay, Western Bay 2, and Western Bay 3. I'm not sure what medication you're taking down there, Peter Roberts, but you guys are on 7.
No.
Okay, the last one is dangerous charges. Oh, we didn't even do them. Oh,
Oh, no, we've done the video clips.
have we done the video clips? Oh, yeah. Okay. There's 4 of them. Oh, there's 5. Yeah, yes. Okay. We'll start at Western Bay 1. Clip number 1. Your answer, please. PK. Does anybody have something different than a penalty only for clip number 1?
No.
Remember, this was the tackle on Benny Smith as he was kicking for touch.
Oh, yeah. Like, but still the terms, man.
So you're all happy with the penalty only?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play on. Western Bay 2 got play on.
Hey.
No, I'm just letting them know that they might have the right answer and yet everybody else has got it wrong. Clip number 2, Central Bay.
Hello.
What's your answer for clip number 2?
Yellow.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you said hello. Okay. Yellow card. Anybody got anything different?
Hello.
Eastern Bay, clip number 3.
Yellow.
Yellow. Anyone got anything different? No. King Country.
Red. Red.
How many reds?
Just one.
Almost red. Red.
You just got 1 red card. Is that what you're telling me?
Number 4.
There were 2 shoulder charges in there. Did you get 2 yellow, 2 reds, or just 1? Or did you not see them both?
2 reds.
We didn't really see it.
2 reds. 2 reds. Anybody else got anything different? Everyone's got 2 reds? Oh no. This is fucking. We will definitely have to take a photograph of this.
And legally would have been a legitimate tackle.
Yeah.
That was marginal, though.
I know. The correct answers are clip number 1, play on. Clip number 2, yellow card. Clip number 3, yellow card. And clip number 4, red card times 2. So the winner by 1 was Western Bay 2. So congratulations to Jaden, Thomas. Donnelly, Estelle Firefood, Peter Morgan, you've won a whistle and a wristband. It's 8:27, gentlemen and ladies. Thank you very much for your attendance tonight. Just a quick reminder, Rugby Smart is compulsory. You must attend Rugby Smart. Otherwise, you're not supposed to be reffing. And mouth guards, we start at a yellow, right? Start at a yellow and go up from there. Does anybody have from here or from the sub-unions have anything they want to say before we sign off?
Can we get like a participation certificate?
Participation.
We're going to get a bigger screen, Pat.
Oh, you need a bigger TV?
Yeah.
You got a smaller one, your head's too big.
Oh, my head's too big. All right.
An iPad.
Yeah, you need a TV. We need to hit Josh standing up for a TV for your room.
That chance of that.
All right, look, it's 8:30. It's getting late. Thank you very much, guys. For those of you who've got to drive long distances, drive safely. We'll see you back here again in
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Bye-bye.
Bay White next week. So we'll see you back here in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, Pat.
No, thank you.